Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Once upon a time, there lived a lovely little princess named Snow White. Her vain and wicked stepmother, the queen, feared that one day Snow White's beauty would surpass her own, so she dressed the little princess in rags and forced her to work as a servant in the castle. Each day the queen consulted her magic mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all? Me, of course. As long as the mirror responded in the queen's favor, Snow White was safe. Snow White was safe? Oh, yay! Oh, look at her looking in the mirror. Oh, aren't I beautiful? I'm so pretty. Look at my clothes. One day, as Snow White was drawing water from the well, she made a wish. She wished that one she loved would find her, and she dreamed about how nice he would be. As she gazed in the wishing well, she saw another face reflect in the water. It belonged to a handsome prince. Hello, did I frighten you? Please don't run away. But the startled prince had fled to her balcony where she could watch him from afar. At that moment, the queen was spying on Snow White, the princess. Ooh, she's spying. Look at her. She's nosy. When she saw the prince with Snow White, she flew into a jealous rage and rushed to her magic mirror, demanding an answer. Famed is thy beauty, majesty, but hold, a lovely maid I see. Rags cannot hide her gentle grace. She is fairer than thee. Alas for her, reveal her name. Lips red as a rose, hair black as ebony, skin white as snow. Her name is Snow White. Furious, the queen sent for her huntsman. Take Snow White far into the woods. Find some secluded glade where she can pick wildflowers, and there, my faithful huntsman, you will kill her. But your majesty, the little princess? Silence! You know the penalty if you fail. Knowing that he dared not disobey the queen, the huntsman led Snow White into the forest. But when it came time for him to harm Snow White, he stopped and fell to his knees. I can't do it. Forgive me, your highness. I just can't do it. Oh, what? I don't understand. The queen is mad, and she is jealous of you. She'll stop at nothing. Now, quick, child. Run away. Hide into the woods, anywhere, and never come back. Oh, no. My stepmother doesn't like me. Oh, dear. What am I going to do? Well, she had a nice huntsman. Yeah. He really is helping her. It's nice to have someone to help you in times of trouble. Frightened and alone, Snow White ran into the forest. Blazing eyes peered out at her from the darkness. Eerie shrieks pierced in the air. The branches of trees grabbed at her. Finally, she could run no further and collapsed to the ground, sobbing. I'm all alone. Look at all those eyeballs. Even Snow White looked up and saw several forest animals gathered around her. Hello? Do you know where I can stay? Maybe in the woods somewhere. What's that little place? Snow White followed the animals. Come on, follow me. We know somewhere you can go. The little animals led her way. She knocked on the door, but no one was home, so she went inside. Oh, this little house is adorable. It's just like a doll's house. It's so cute and charming. I'll just go inside. What a cute little chair. Why, there's 7 little chairs. There must be 7 little children. And the looks of all these tables, 7 untidy children. With the help of her animal friend, Snow White cleaned the cottage in no time. Then she decided to check upstairs. What adorable little beds. There's 7 little beds. Oh, look at those little beds. And the beds had names carved into them, like Sneezy, and Dopey, and Bashful, and Grumpy. I'm sleepy, so Snow White lay down in the bed. And just then, the owners of the cottage came in, and they looked at her. Who is this girl sleeping in her bed? She's white as snow, with lips red as an apple, and hair as dark as the moonlight sky. And they came in the clearing, and one named Doc. Look at her house. The lights lit, the doors open, chimney smoking, someone's in there. Why, the whole place is clean. Grumpy chewed his name, crossed his arm, and glared. Mark my words, there's trouble, everyone. I felt it coming for days. Me too. And me too, Sneezy said. Achoo! Ah, everyone run, he sneezed. Ah, relax. I've got Lysol wipes. I've got a mask. I've got gloves. I washed my hands. Suddenly the dwarfs thought they heard a sound. Duck, look down the stairs. I bet it's up there in the bedroom. Cautiously, the little 7 men went to investigate. Duck, the dwarf, slowly opened the door and peered in. Oh, it's a girl! A girl! Oh my gosh, she's so pretty! And as the dwarfs looked in, she began to stir. She's waking up! Hurry, everyone, hide! So they dashed underneath the bed. Oh, wow, she's so pretty, though. She's so pretty. Snow White yawned and stretched. Oh, then she noticed 7 pairs of eyes looking at her over the end of the bed. She sat up smiling. How do you do? How do you do what? Grumpy folded his arms, scowling. Snow White laughed. Oh, I guess you must be grumpy. Huh. I know who I am, but who are you? Oh, absolutely. I'm Snow White. The princess? Doc looked very impressive, but Grumpy frowned. Tell her to go back home where she belongs, and I need my bed. I'm tired. Snow White pleaded to her host. Please, don't send me away. If you do, the queen will kill me. Oh, Grumpy shook his head. The queen's an old witch. If she finds you here, she'll swoop down and wreak her vengeance on all of us. Oh, she'll never find me here. If you let me stay, I'll keep your house for you. I'll wash and sew and sweep and cook. Cook? Doc rubbed his tummy. Oh, you cook good? I love food. Hooray, she stays. Back in the castle, the wicked queen stood before her mirror. Magic mirror on the wall. Who now is the fairest of them all? Ha ha! It's me. Look at me on Instagram. I have 20 million followers. Look at me. I'm in another pose in another beautiful designer dress by Chanel and Louis Vuitton. Look at me with my lips from this new makeup collection. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Like me. Follow me. I am the fairest of the land. Beyond the 7th veil in the cottage of the 7th house is the most beautiful of them all. What? The queen concocted a magic potion to transfer herself into an ugly old peddler woman. And now for a special sort of death for one so fair. What should it be? Ah, a poison apple. One taste and Snow White's eyes will close forever, only be revived by love's first kiss. No fear of that, the dwarfs think she's dead. Back at the cottage, Snow White was saying goodbye to the dwarfs as they set off for work. As she kissed each one on the head, Doc stood close by. Now, don't forget, my dear friend, the old queen's a sly one, full of witchcraft, so beware. Then Grumpy frowned. Now, I'm warning ya. Don't let nobody or nothing in the house. Got it? Got it, White? You got it? Snow White smiled at him. Why, Grumpy, you do care. Yeah, I do what I can. I'm just trying not to let anyone touch me. Don't touch me unless you have gloves on. All right, Beauty. I'm all for Beauty, but you gotta put gloves on right now. Shortly after the dwarfs left, an old peddler woman appeared at the cottage. Hello, sweetie. Oh, my pet little girl. Ah, making pies. Well, hello, who are you? Oh, I am making a pie, gooseberry pies. Ah, it's apple pies that make the men folks' mouths water. Pies made with apples like these. Look at these apples. Be great for your pies. She lifted a shiny red apple from basket. Like to try one, dearie? Come on, have a bite of the apple. So the old lady gave the apple to Snow White. Sensing that Snow White was in danger, several birds swooped down on the woman, knocking the apple out of her hand. Snow White tried to shoo the birds away. Oh, stop it, go away. Shame on you, frightening this poor old lady. Oh, my heart, my poor heart. Take me to the house and let me rest and drink of water, please, 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 said the old woman, and tricked Snow White into letting her to the house, even though the birds tried to warn her and tried to pluck at the old witch. Clever witch. Unable to make Snow White understand, the birds and the animals raced to alert the dwarves. At the time they pulled and tugged at the confused little man, Grumpy growled, "What ails these crazy critters? They ain't acting this way for nothing." Doc thought about it. Maybe it's Snow White. Maybe the queen is near. Grumpy galloped off on the back of a deer. "Snow White's in danger. We've got to save her." So back at the cottage, Snow White ate a bite of the delicious-looking apple because food is wanted when it's so hard to get with all these lines. A delicious, fresh apple. Oh, I'm so hungry. It's hard to find food these days with long lines and all the food's gone off the shelf. Meanwhile, the queen tried to pick up the poison apple. "Because you've been so good to poor old Granny, I'll share a secret with you. This is no ordinary apple. It's a magic wishing apple. So take one bite and you'll get your wish." The old woman grinned at the prince. "Perhaps there is someone you love." Snow White remembered the prince. "Well, there is someone I love." "I thought so. Old Granny knows a young girl's heart. Now make a wish and take a bite." "Okay." So Snow White took a bite and made a wish. "Oh, I feel strange. Oh, no." And Snow White fell to the ground. "My plan worked." "Ha, ha, ha, ha. Ah, ha, ha. Good riddance, Snow White." A sudden storm began to rage as the dwarfs reached the cottage, where they found the lifeless Snow White lying down on the floor. Through the rain, Grumpy spotted the old hag disappearing into the forest. "There she goes, men. After her. After that old witch." The dwarfs chased the queen up a steep cliff. "You little fools, I'll crush your bones." She tried desperately to pry a boulder loose to crush them. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning shattered the ledge, sending the wicked queen into the valley below. "Ah! Ah! Ah! Yay, she fell off the cliff. Yay, good for her. Giving the apple to poor Snow White. Though the evil queen was gone forever, the princess was still locked under the spell. So beautiful was she, even in death, the dwarfs could not find it in their hearts to bury her. Doc brushed away a tear. "Let's make a coffin out of glass and gold. That way we can still see her and keep constant watch by her side." "Oh, but she's just sleeping. They don't know that." The prince heard of the beautiful maiden who slept in the glass coffin. He rode to the cottage of the Seven Dwarfs, and they took him to Snow White. Gently he kissed her. Then slowly her eyes began to open. The spell was broken. Love's first kiss had brought her back to life. Oh, he kissed her. Oh, I wish we could kiss, but we can't kiss right now. To dream of kissing and hugging. To dream one day we will be able to kiss and hug again. But right now, for the next 15 to 20 days, we just gotta stay home and read books and listen to books like enchanting book readings. Snow White wished had finally come true, so she bid the Seven Dwarfs goodbye as the handsome prince swept her into his arms. Soon wedding bells rang, echoing throughout the forest. From then on, Snow White and her Prince Charming lived in the castle in the clouds, happily ever after, and she was always friends with the Seven Dwarfs who took her in. The